Another round of rain on tap for the Central Valley, but some of you are going to see quite a bit more than others. Also tracking a little bit of snow for the Sierra Nevada mountains. Details coming up in your Great Day forecast.
The state of the nation facing imminent change after Democrats emerge victorious in some major races. Hear how local leaders are now reacting after California voters poured out in droves to pass Proposition 50.
Investigators are working to piece together what caused the UPS cargo plane to crash in Kentucky. What we now know about the crash so far and why the continued use of the plane model is being called into question.
And today marks a historical moment in U.S. history as we're now experiencing the longest ever government shutdown as lawmakers on Capitol Hill remain at odds.
Democrats will reveal what this was about all the time, which was a political play.
They're okay screwing people over on their health care.
What strategy the House Speaker is now planning to use in hopes of swaying Democrats to vote to reopen the government.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, Great Day.
We begin this hour with a live look at downtown Fresno. A little bit of haze, some cloud cover already making its way into the Central San Joaquin Valley. Today's high in Fresno will be 69 degrees. What a change from just a few days ago. Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Liz Gonzalez.
I'm Carl Cook.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for joining us. Okay, question. Did you leave your umbrella in the garage or the car?
I was just going to ask that.
It's in the car.
Okay, it's fine.
That's what my husband
Here.
said.
At least it's in the vicinity.
Here.
It is within the, although I will say, at the risk of sounding bougie, I can't find my really big Versace umbrella.
Does it have to be?
Okay. And it's fine. But if you live in the North Valley, make sure you have your umbrella with you, because that is where the rain is going to.
It was a free gift with purchase. Just want to clarify.
Okay, got it. Get us one too, will you? They'll need it in the North Valley for sure. Expecting some rain today. In the Fresno area, it's not really going to be much here. We're looking at maybe a 10% chance of rain in Fresno today. But right now it's 57 degrees outside. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 3 miles an hour. The dew point is at 48. And here's the rest of the day. Check it out. At 10 a.m. it's going to be 65, at noon 68. In Fresno, we're looking at the early afternoon hours for any raindrops, if we get any at all in Fresno. And at 5 o'clock, it's going to be 66 degrees and a little cloudy at the end of the day. But again, most of that rain is going to be in the North Valley today. We're going to track it there for you and let you know where it's going to hit the hardest and just about how much you can expect.
All right, thanks so much. Well, ballot counting continues this morning across California, but the results appear clear. According to projections by both the Associated Press and Politico, California voters approved Proposition 50. The Associated Press estimates that 71% of votes have been counted so far, with 63% of people approving it. So just how did Prop 50 fare across the Central San Joaquin Valley? Let's take a look at this. In Fresno County, just over half of people voted yes. Those yes votes outnumbered the no votes, though, by roughly 150. That margin even greater in Kings County, where the no votes outnumbered yes by almost 20%. In Madera County, voters were also opposed to Proposition 50 by a 12% margin. In Mariposa County, similar results with nearly 44% of voters in favor, 56% opposed. In Merced, more than 52% voted yes, nearly 48% voted no. And in Tulare County, 42% voted yes, 57% voted against Prop 50. We spoke with Fresno County Supervisor Nathan Magsig on the passage of Proposition 50. He discussed the impacts this will have on Fresno County and potential downsides that this could have when it comes to the agricultural industry.
Right now, representation that we have, a lot of that is being pulled out to coastal areas. So Fresno County has 4 congressmen that touch the county, and we're now going to go to 6 congressmen, with a lot of them having no connection to the Central Valley, but having small portions of Fresno County. So it's very concerning. We just came out with the crop report today. Fresno County is the #1 agricultural producing county in the world. And in the Central Valley, we are the breadbasket of the world. But a lot of the representatives who are now going to represent our interests at the federal level will know nothing about farming, and the majority of their districts will actually reside in coastal areas. It's very frustrating. Here in the Central Valley, we deserve representation and representatives who truly understand our interests, whether it be oil, ag, the challenges that we face, and we are losing that with Prop 50 appearing to pass.
The changes you just heard Magsy speak about have been top of mind for farmers, a majority of which oppose Prop 50. Fears that the measure would splice together some of the state's most rural regions with urban areas with vastly different interests will soon become a reality. Concerns echoed by Assemblyman David Tangipa.
Well, I think it's a very somber and sad day, is what most people should know. A lot of our Valley voices are now being moved to highly dense, highly urban areas. Fresno County is now being redistricted into a portion of South San Jose. I believe that that is wrong. I believe that it's wrong that there are areas like Redding is going to be with North San Francisco. And a lot of the rural voices and the portions of California that has always felt like they were not included are now not even going to be included in Washington. And so it is a somber day, but it's not a day to give up on the state of California. It's a day to get ready. It's a day to wake up the next morning and say, let's fight for a better California where all of our voices are actually protected, and recommit to the redistricting committee.
California's Republican Party chairwoman also shared a similar sentiment following the closing of polls last night.
Community members throughout the state of California have spent tens of thousands of hours pouring input into the shaping of these districts, and in one fell swoop, political insiders grabbed the power away from the people.
On the other side of the aisle, Democrats are embracing this win. Governor Newsom, who spearheaded the initiative, is calling this a historical moment, saying Californians didn't just show up for themselves, but for the nation.
Our state of mind was resolute. Our state of mind was resolved to stand firm and to stand tall, to not be intimidated, to not be humiliated, to not fall prey to cynicism, to not fall prey to fear and the anxiety of someone that believes in only one thing, shock and awe, to intimidate and exhaust us. But we're seeing all across this country, 7 million people strong, standing up, not just for themselves, but for each other and for these enduring and historic principles of our founding fathers.
The governor followed up by calling on other state leaders that have publicly gone head-to-head with the Trump administration, including New York and Illinois, to prepare for what's to come during next year's midterm elections. And now that Prop 50 appears to have passed, are you concerned that you will not be represented in Congress? Yes or no? Right now, you're saying no. But if you haven't chimed in yet, we want to know what you think. So scan the QR code on your screen. You can do that by holding up your cell phone, or you can also go to kmph.com/poll to join the conversation. We're going to be checking back in on this poll throughout the morning to see how viewers are responding.
All right, 5:07, and yeah, we are tracking rain for you today. That high pressure that kept us above normal the last couple days got to 77 yesterday. Today, we're going to be in the upper 60s. High pressure out of here. Low pressure takes over, and here comes the rain. But for the North Valley, for Fresno, the chances have really diminished, and we're not going to see much here from Fresno to the south of us here. But up in Merced, could be quite a bit here. Check it out. 5:30 this morning, you can see it's really heavy up in Northern California. We get to the latter parts of the morning here, 10:30 here. That's when it starts to creep into the west side here with a little bit of rain out there in western Fresno County. All the heavy stuff there in the north there. And then it gets a little cloudier there early afternoon in Fresno, maybe to the south. Kings County could see some good cloud cover out there. But not really expecting any rain there. If anything, it's a 10 to 20% chance, and maybe a few sprinkles here and there. Nothing crazy out of that. Then we get to the end of the day there, things start backing off, and then we're pretty much done with it after that. How much are we getting out of this? Well, in Fresno, not much of anything. We might have a few raindrops, but up in the North Valley, Merced's looking at a tenth to a quarter of an inch there. Up in Mariposa, though, they could see a quarter to a half inch of rain there. Going to be very heavy up in Mariposa County today. Oakhurst could see a tenth to a quarter of an inch. Everybody else, tenth of an inch or less. So not much out of this one. However, next week there is a really big system developing that we could see bring us quite a bit of rain by late next Tuesday. You can see it start to creep in there. After that, we're expecting some heavy rain there at the middle to the end of next week. So we'll keep an eye on that for you and see how that develops. But in the meantime, today, not a whole lot going on. A few alerts associated with the storm coming through today, mainly associated with the wind. Got wind advisories there all along the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Still got those coastal flood advisories all along the coastline there because of the king tides pushing through. And that's really it. We're not seeing much out of today's storm. We are saying overall 20% chance of rain though today in Fresno, but again, not a lot. 10 to 15 mile an hour winds though. It'll definitely be windy today. 69 though. That is 1 degree below normal for us there, and then we're just a little above it tomorrow and Friday. Partly cloudy both days. Wind speeds 5-10 miles an hour. All right, up next, we're taking a look at the highs and lows across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley for your Wednesday.
Time is now 5:10. There appears to be no end in sight for the government shutdown after the Senate failed to pass a funding bill for a 14th time. While the GOP is now optimistic it could reopen the government soon.
The Chuck Chansey Sky Camp, sponsored by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
And on this Thursday morning, let's take a live look at the Fresno Yosemite International Airport from above our Fox 26 studio. You can find new headlines on the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.